post the first one to Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And I'm not like a scheduling guy, so I usually have to pick up my phone and talk to it. And so I was like, okay, I want to be able to post to TikTok once and then post everywhere else after that. And so that's what I built. But now I'm like, okay, I'm going to start live streaming and building out Soku and more features. And the first feature that I thought of when I thought about live streaming is, okay, I want Soku to pick up that I went live. I want it to ingest the video, whether it's helpful actually. Appreciate it. It's like super touchy actually. I don't know if that's better, Ben. Happy New Year, by the way, big dog. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a really good year, actually. Anyways, so I'm gonna start live streaming, and so now I want Soku to be able to pick up my live streams and then post key snippets about what I've talked about, you know, whether it's informational or educational, whatever. And I want it to be able to post to all the platforms like that on autopilot. So that's like, for me, that's what I need. So I'm going to build it, and hopefully someone else can find it useful too. And it's not like that's anything new. Obviously, like something like Opus Clip does something like that already. You know, they clip up long form content into shorter form, but this will be done all on autopilot. You know, I don't need to upload anything because I already have that capability in there. So the first thing I need to figure out is whether or not I have to poll YouTube to get new posts or new lives that were posted, or whether there's like a webhook or something. So the first place I'm going to go is obviously Claude. I'm just going to ask it. I'm looking to be notified when an authenticated user posts a new video to their channel via the Google API, Google Cloud API, and I'm wondering if there's a webhook available for new content that's posted, whether it's a short, whether it's a regular post, or whether it is a live that has recently been posted. I wonder. Ben, did the soundtrack? Oh, he's out. Looking at YouTube capabilities, unfortunately, there isn't a direct webhook push notification system for new video uploads to the YouTube API. However, there's a couple of approaches. Yeah, this is what I did last time for. This is literally the exact same thing I did last time for Instagram, TikTok, and X. Like, you have to pull every one of them. Actually, X does have API, a webhook for posts, but the X API costs so much money, dude. It's like, I want to say it's like $5,000 a month for the top tier, which I'm not even close to being able to do that as far as like return on investment, right? You know, when Soku grows, I'm making, you know, 20K MRR. Sure, maybe that would make sense depending on user analytics and if they're using TikTok as a source, but who knows? Okay, so basic. Anyways, all I'm saying is X.com does have the ability to do webhooks, but with all my other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and X, all three of them, I'm just polling. So I'll probably do the same kind of setup for all of them. first step in all this is just getting that polling system set up, which will probably be, yeah, I mean, this is what I did for all the other ones. So we'll probably go down that route. Recommended for Soku, hybrid approach. I've never heard of this word before. I've never seen that ever. What does that even mean? What? Stupid. Use cloud tasks for processing. Alright, well, I'll probably just do it the same way I do all my other ones. So I'm just going to come into cursor. I've been loving GPT 5.2. It depends on what I use, depends on kind of where I'm at and what I'm doing with my app. I've seen some people use Gemini 3 for UI, but I feel like GPT 5.2 has the most understanding of my code base as it is on like a rolling basis. And Claude, I don't have Claude Pro, I just use Sonnet 4.5, so I can't speak intelligently about what Opus 4.1 would do in this app. I just don't care that much. This is a primarily vibe-coded app. I do software engineering for a living, and so I don't feel like I need a bunch of everything. But so I just pay for the regular tier of Claude Code. I pay for Cursor $20 a month, and I would say 80% of this is vibe coded, but then whenever I need to like code it myself, I do. But I'll have to say GPT 5.2 is freaking baller. So I'm gonna go and tell it what I want. And I already changed to a new branch, YouTube as a source, so we're chilling. I want to add a new feature into the Soku backend and also front end, but we want to start. Oh, I appreciate that, Chase, mini-me. Actually, max me. You're like Chase 2.0, dude. Appreciate that, though. I want to add a new feature into Soku to where YouTube will be enabled as a source, which will require me to listen and find new posts from the authenticated user's YouTube account that's connected. We'll do this through the Google API, and we'll set up a polling system similar to the other ones, similar to TikTok and Instagram, where we pull through newest posts in the same way that we do in the other ones. So let's see what that does. How you been, Chase? I see your channel's growing like crazy, big dog. It's nuts. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully the new year brings all your hopes and wishes to fruition. So right now it's going through and it's figuring out how I did TikTok and Instagram pollers, and it's probably just going to do the same thing. And I know beforehand that I'm going to need some stuff in here just because it's the way I did it before. So I'm going to go in to my functions folder. Also, as a side note, the best quote-unquote workflow that I think that you can have in building vibe-coded applications, and it's not even a question in my personal opinion, is a mono repo where you have your front end, where you have your back end, you have your documentation, and you have your end-to-end. Testing all in one place, because like then you'll be able to ask your app or ask LLM what to do and why, and it'll be able to go find it all and not have to like give it reference somehow to a separated backend. that's in a whole different repository and a whole different cursor instance. So for me, that's been absolute money. Anyways, so I'm gonna go in here into integrations and TikTok. Let's just say we'll do poll. I can't remember what it's called. It's called the task, because it creates, mine creates a cloud task in Google Cloud, so where it's able to handle like a lot of load. But I can't remember what it's called. Well, I could just go in here and look. It's gonna do the same pattern. So it'll be pull YT probably is probably what it'll. Oh, it's super bright. Damn. Pull YT is probably what it will name it. I guess I'm gonna wait though, because I don't want to name it the wrong thing. The grind does continue. Yes, my goal is to post more this year, big dog. Some stuff happened last year and I kind of fell off. It's a story for another time, but I feel I'm usually not into like setting new goals for the year, just because like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, and so why tell myself I'm gonna do something beforehand? But I feel good this year. I feel like this is gonna be a good year. I don't know. Good shit just happens to me all the time. So with all that said, yes, I'm gonna be posting more, sharing more of my experience on coding, software, building a business from scratch, you know, monetizing it, selling it, etc., etc. So my goal for this, for Soku, my first goal is to get to 10K MRR, and I think it's very attainable. Yesterday, actually, I went in and built in an affiliate system within Soku, so that, you know, I can have that avenue of revenue coming in. You know, following full Alex's principles, there's only so many ways you can market a platform, and if I don't have the audience, I want to make sure that I utilize people who are in the same kind of niche and utilize their audience, and then reward them for it too, right? So it's gonna be sick. All right, let's see. Nice. So it change can be sourced to true, because every platform within Soku has a toggle or has a field that tells the system whether or not it can be a source or not. So you'll see, you know, we have 7 platforms right now, and Snapchat's coming, but I have to do some like compliance stuff with them, so that's on the sideline for now. But everyone that is source enabled, it'll have like this gold ring around it, source platform and a destination platform. So currently just the TikTok, Instagram, and X are sources. But then YouTube will be too, because you saw, well, right here, now it changed it. So when we get authenticated, it updated that to can't be source equals true, which is dope. I don't know why the music keeps turning off. OBS, well, I guess it's still on. Let's see what it called it. Because we have poll, new, God, so much code. I'm gonna have to go through all of this and make sure it's getting the right information. So did YouTube, oh, that's the polar, or the log. What is the task name? Or the queue name, rather. It should be poll YT, or poll Instagram, or poll YouTube. Poll dash YouTube. So I'm gonna go and create this in my staging environment. Can't tell you how many times I've gone in here and done something, I'm like, why isn't it working? And I just didn't create the queue. Queue name, sure, why not? Backend polling, uploads, integrations, poll YouTube and queues per account tasks. Enable use as a source by default on Connect. Remove the settings page gating that required TikTok be connected before other platforms could be used. Update onboarding. Copy to no longer claim TikTok is the only source. Yeah, I mean, that's helpful. Integrations, YouTube, the new polling flow, an important limitation. All right, well, let's just let's go on here. See what environment we're in. Yeah, what up, Joey? Baby brother. Are you pulling up to Dallas, big dog? We're in staging, so I can just deploy these. Let's see. I really need to add a development environment. I have a production and then staging environments, but I don't have a development environment. So I really need to make one more, but because it's only me right now, I just use a staging environment for my dev environment or whatnot. Big bet, little bro. More cigars on the horizon, methinks. Alright, this is taking quite a while. Let's go in here. This is for Soku. It's the app that I've been working on. I'm just going to start building out I'm just gonna start building out more features on here in public. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this over here I just wrote, well, AI just helped me write. It's called polling. It's when you need to do something on repeat depending on different variables. So this goes and checks YouTube to see if there's any new videos that the logged in user posted. So I'm going to use those, and then I'm going to ingest those videos and then use them for the future at some point. This is almost done. And I can go and test and see if it's actually polling. I think it's probably on 4 minutes right now. If it did it correctly, it should be on a 4-minute timer. And I'll be able to decrease that as time goes on. And I start making more money from this, but every 4 minutes, yeah. So once this deploys, and then once I go into the UI and actually, well, for this one specifically, I'll have to update YouTube first because it doesn't backfill all that stuff. So I'll go into Firebase. That's the back end or database that I'm using for this. Should I have used something else? Perhaps. But I like the way Firebase works, and I like the dashboards and stuff. So Firestore database. We're gonna go to users. Find me. And then integrations, YouTube, accounts, can be source. Where is that? That's literally right in front of me. So now I can change it to true. And if I set it up just for cost monitoring, I set it up to where if YouTube is not currently a source in an automation, it doesn't pull, because then that saves me money. It saves my operational costs money. So the only ones that will pull are the ones that have the source enabled like this. So I'll just have to go in here and select a new source. I don't want to name it anything because it'll just be default. And then, it sucks though because I never use this account, whatever. So now I can go into YouTube and hopefully I'll be able to see those requests coming through within 4 minutes. I don't know when the first time will be. I could change it to 1. For now, actually, it's probably what I'll do. I'll change it to 1 so I don't have to wait on it while I'm deving this. 1 minute. And then, this thing's still deploying, it's nuts. So I'll go in here and do it again. Scheduled YouTube poll. So now it pulls every minute, so I can just have more visibility into what's going on under the hood. This is probably going to throw some errors out the gate, but let's go in and figure it out. First one, these are all my back-end functions. First one, YouTube, poll YouTube. Scheduled YouTube poll. See, right now it's every 4 minutes, but I changed it to 1 because I don't want to wait on it while we're doing this. And then publish, don't have to worry about that. And then poller, this one. That way I'll be able to monitor what's going on under the hood real quick. So that's still deploying. Polar YouTube, it hasn't run yet. It should run within the next couple minutes or so. Just gotta wait. I did create the, yeah, I did. I already created the task. Oh, what? Could not load. Okay, now we're chilling. So now should be able to go in and see this run at some point when it decides to go. This is poll, schedule YouTube poll. So this hasn't run yet. I would assume at the 24 mark, because it was just created. Well, okay, this deployed, so it'll go every minute now. So maybe a minute from right now it should go. Let's see. 23, let's see if we get some YouTube videos in here. Nice, so it enqueued the one task, and then I just don't know if there's even any videos on that account. So I'll have to switch. No, it's the wrong one. I guess it's this one. I can never remember all the stuff is on YouTube. History. Oh, there we go. And then videos. Okay. So I do have some videos on here. These are just all test videos. So we should what is this one? Polar. Yeah, it should show up in here. All the stuffs. And because I built it correctly, I think the first time. Yeah, so this already did it once. Organic post ID. Right. So this, it's actually, I built this super sick for this example specifically, because otherwise it'd just be an infinite loop. Even though I just connected this Polar system and I just built it to where it can listen to YouTube posts from that account and it finds the most recent one, it ignores the reposting because it already sees that it's been in my database once, wherever that is. Firestore database, users, me, posts. And if I were to do this, it's right here, so it's already in there, so it won't do anything with it, which is sick. But if we're gonna go in and post another one manually, I wonder where this is getting them from though. Let me ask. With this polling system, how do I know what type of post is being pulled in, whether it's a regular post, whether it's a short, or whether it's a live? Is there any delineation between, or separation of concerns between the types of posts that get pulled and then saved into the database. Okay, then we go in here. So it says media type video, but that's gonna always be true with YouTube. With the API, what I have found previously at least is I don't think you can post images unless something's changed within the past month. Let me ask Quad. Are there any recent changes in the YouTube API where where users, authenticated users, can post images or carousel images to their profiles? No, YouTube doesn't support putting static images carousel posts to their API. This is actually a fundamental limitation of YouTube as a platform. YouTube is strictly a video platform, unlike a... See, but this is not true though. It's not only video anymore. If you go and look at a different account, we'll just youtube.com and do... I haven't seen anyone else do it like he does. So he's just the first person I know that does this. But he does post images like this. And so I know that this is not particularly true. So I might just have to go in and do my own research. On the YouTube API, it just takes time because YouTube, there's so much. Well, I guess I could go Cloud Console. Let's go to my console and see. Let's ask the same question. I'm lazy and so I don't want to re-say it again. So, let's see. Do we get cool answers? No, there haven't been any recent changes in the YouTube API that allows authenticated users to post images or carousels directly to their profiles. YouTube API primarily focuses on managing YouTube channels, content like videos, playlists, captions, channel information where you can upload custom thumbnail for those videos. The API doesn't provide functionality for posting images directly to a user's profile in a way you might on social media platform. Recent changes in the YouTube API have focused on things like quota cost adjustment, depreciation of channel discussions. Okay, well, that's good to know. I wish that was possible because that would like be full circle for everything and honestly be like a unique thing for Soku to offer users, but guess it's not possible through the API at least, and I'm just not willing to go around and cut corners for the other ones. All right, so while we have the polling set up, the next thing for allow long form videos to be a workflow trigger from YouTube. Cut them up into X amount of shorts and schedule the shorts to distribute at Y intervals. Yeah, I'm gonna mark this as in progress. Whatever this is. YouTube shorts, it's in progress. I have a big old backlog of things that I want to do with Soku, lots of different features. But some of them like are requirements for other ones. So now that I know that I have YouTube polling working, I know that I can, once I get further along in the coding journey as far as AI-enabled database, because that's one in here too, AI-enabled database, I'll be able to do some more stuff with this. So I'm going to put this in progress right now, maybe blocked in a second, but as far as the code we just wrote goes, I think we're chilling. YouTube as a source platform. And this is just in the staging environment, so I don't have to worry about any current users being tripped up by trying to create a workflow. And then let's just say YouTube brings in a video that's like an hour and a half long. And then they try and post it to Instagram, which will fail every time. Same thing with TikTok and all that stuff. So, but that's chilling there. The next thing that I want to do, what is the next thing that I want to do? I want to get my database pretty solidly AI enabled to where it can analyze a lot of the transcript data, because like this platform is for creators, right? And so I primarily build all my stuff for me first because it's what I need as a creator, and then if anyone else finds that useful in the future, that's sick. But I think for me, something that would be sick is if I was able to, I mean, there's so many things. If I was able to have a toggle in here on the different sources, right? And it had like source settings, and maybe one of them was generate new thumbnail image for these, and it analyzed the information that was being said in the video. It had a list of assets that I uploaded myself, like my photo, my logos, different brand types, stuff like that. And then it would be able to make the thumbnails for those better, because in my other Instagram account, not that one, wherever it is, I don't even know, my account. Like these, I just like took with my photo or took with my video, and then like I made this one and had those little things up there. This account isn't very big, but I don't know, it'd just be nice to have cooler thumbnails that were generated on autopilot, because I don't have time. I do, but that's not like my top priority, is to create a clickbaity thumbnail. This thing not start back yet? It's weird. what's next? So we go into GitHub. Did I not push it? Oh yeah. Didn't push it yet. Yo, what's up, Winter Danny? App currently does a lot of stuff, but currently it allows users to post content to a source platform and then redistribute that to all the other platforms, depending on different rules and different setups. Different sources can do different things, but the basic functionality is that MVP is that someone can post to either Instagram, TikTok, X, or YouTube, and then choose where to make that post go to on autopilot. Lots of more features to come to enable users to post more places with more things. My whole methodology, or my whole inspiration from this, was listening to Alex Hormozy, I don't know if you know him or not, saying that he posts like 400 and I want to say he's like 560 posts a week across all platforms. And I was like, okay, as a solopreneur, as you know, a solo founder, how do I get to that point without hiring an $80,000 content manager, or even like, you know, some part-time guy who edits my videos for me? And I have a lot of ideas on how to achieve that, and I actually have one of them ready to go. It's disabled right now because it's not completely flushed out as far as, yeah, exactly, do more volume. So it's like I got to figure out how to do more volume while also being in the weeds, you know, while I'm still working a normal day job, building this app, whatever. So so you might enjoy this, a little sneak peek. So if you go, since you know Alex Hormozy, if you go and look at his account, right? If you go and look at his account, he has a lot of these things. Obviously, he kind of started this whole thing, right? Where he'll say something in this video, let's just say, and then he'll quote it in like a tweet or something. I think technically he writes the tweets first, and then his team will go back in and create something like this and then post it for him. Or maybe he's doing it on autopilot, I don't know. But he has like these kind of templates, right? So that's the second thing of what Soku does, which is super dope. Soku's my app, by the way. The second thing of what Soku does, it's disabled right now because it's still a feature in progress. Technically it's working, but I don't want to just offer one template. But if you go to templates, I actually have the x.com post style, right? And so you can go and look at what it looks like. And this connects to the x.com profile that you have connected already. He schedules tweets, he performs well. Yeah, exactly. So what these templates do is it connects to whatever account. Like, this isn't hard coded, this is dynamically input based on my X account that I have connected, right? Anyways, so if I go to templates, this is a template. And so if I wanted to, I should have like a toggle to show you, but I have it disabled right now. can use this template. The posts that come in that I talk about or whatever, just say I post a TikTok, and then I want the content that I talk about in my video to be turned into like that tweet style. I can add, man, I wish I could show you. I wonder if it's just disabled right now. I can't remember how I did it. Anyways, I can add a template on here to where it will turn that post into that template style, and then post that as well on a delay or something like that, which is pretty dope. Again, all with the goal to get to 500 posts a week as a solopreneur. So it's pretty dope. Let me see if I can enable it real quick. It might just be a feature toggle. I can't remember. This was like a couple weeks ago I disabled it. It'd be in Vercel if it was any, or it'd be in the env file, but I don't really want to open that because that's all my secrets. That's all my my environment variables, which is, I can't show those on live, but it would be in Vercel. Soku, settings, environment variables. Oh yeah, next automation templates. It should be false. Yeah. So if I just change this to true, how do I do that without you seeing it? Let's see. What's behind here? Okay, let me just pull this over here. Let's go into functions, web, env local, and then templates. True. Okay. I think we did it. Let's see. Now I just have to restart my dev server. And go back here. Hey, there we go. So if I wanted, and I can do it per platform too, right? So these are all fake accounts. Okay, let me see if I can turn it up. I have like, this is like one of my first time streaming, so I appreciate you coming to hang out and give me some feedback, Big Dog. Is that any better? So anyways, so those templates from before, right? I only have one, that's why I disabled it, and I don't want to like offer something that's half-baked. So I have like this tweet, and then in my automations, I can then come in and add, a template, which is one of those, to every platform, depending on what it is, right? Text and image, well, is it going to work? That'd be fantastic if it didn't work. Bugs. Nice. I thought I had it to where maybe remove template, add to my templates. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, I guess it's broken right now, but you get the idea. Weird. It was just working the other day. Templates. This depends. Oftentimes, I'll hit up Cursor first. So most of the time I use Cursor just because I like, from my experience, dude, GPT 5.2 and the way I built my app, it has the most knowledge. So I use a mono repo. I don't know if I already said this or not, but I use a mono repo. So my front end, my back end, my documentation, and then my end-to-end testing is all in one repository. And so for me, that workflow is super sick because I could just go and ask Cursor or Claude Code, it's all in the same one. I can just go and ask it like, hey, add this thing on the front end and the back end or whatever. So I could probably ask Cursor. Let's just see. But normally I'll go through and debug myself because I don't like relying on AI for everything. So most of this app, I know exactly how it works. I know some people come on here and like vibe code the whole thing, and they don't know actually how their code works. That's just not how I like to do things. But let's just ask it. I just enabled templates in my development environment, but now that I'm on the automations page and I'm trying to add a template to a specific platform, and I click the, I can't remember what the button's called. Add image or template, or sorry, add image or video template button, nothing happens. Nothing shows up in the error logs, and nothing shows up in the terminal as well. I do use Whisperflow. Absolutely, I do. Someone just turned me on to it. Not too long ago, actually. I was typing everything like a fucking Neanderthal, dude. Excuse my language, but probably a couple weeks ago, I started using Whisperflow, and it's sick. It's very nice. It's nice to talk out loud to stuff instead of type it all. Although there's some like methodical thing about typing too. I don't know. I do both. Just depends. Do you use do you vibe code at all, or do you code or do anything with coding with LLMs or anything like that? My music turned off. Okay. Okay. I've never paid for whatever, I guess it's the max plan on Claude Code. I've always just used Sonnet 4.5 in Claude Code in the terminal. I find that works for smaller tasks, mostly UI bug fixes or stuff like that. Yeah, so I have zero experience working with Opus. Well, actually, I take that back. When I first started this app a couple months ago, I did use Opus within Cursor, but I didn't like it. I don't know. I can't remember what I started using at first, but I've pretty much always used, OpenAI. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, but I've pretty much always used OpenAI for most things, and then Sonnet 4.5 for some. I code a lot of stuff manually too. I say a lot. This app is probably 75% AI written, and then I come in behind it and do stuff. So let's see what it did here, actually. I don't think I needed this many changes. I did make a lot of changes to my database recently, and how posts were distributed. So maybe key down. What is that? Doesn't make any sense. Templates. Depends on the media type. Damn. Yeah, I did make a lot of changes in the past couple weeks as far as like the data goes, so it might. I hate this. I hate that it made it a modal. Why would you do that? Anyways, so now I can go just to Instagram. In my list of templates that I have selected or have added to mine, I can select that. It should close automatically, but it doesn't. So whatever. Now, you can see in here, I have an original source video, and then it distributes that same video to these platforms, and then after that it'll turn that video, analyze a transcript, and then create like a one to two sentence zinger or whatever in this style. I don't know why the image isn't showing up either, but it will be in there. Oh, nice. I've read $100 million offers, and then I have not read leads, and I have $100 million money models back there, but I haven't read that one yet either. So for me, it's like, obviously you read through it once and then like high level information. But for me, it's like, okay, when will I need these tactics as far as my businesses go? I've started and failed like a couple different businesses. Yeah, Offers was a great book. Lots of core principles in there. Oh, shoot. Really? I have to go back and look at it, dude. I haven't read that one yet. I know some of the core principles of it. For example, like one of the things I'm doing with this, I think I've already mentioned this, but like affiliates. Let's see. Oh no. It's one to many, many to many, and then many to one or something like that. Warm outreach, cold outreach, content, paid ads, and like every one of these you can do it a different way, right? You can do each of these. What I was just saying, like the one to many, many to many, and then there's one other one, whatever it is. But I'm not at the spot. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm at this spot where I want to do affiliates. Yeah. I'm at this spot where I want to drive this with affiliates, especially as a SaaS software for someone like me who's basically unknown in any space other than like overseas. I popped off for speaking a different language once a couple years ago. But like as far as like business goes, like no one knows me, and I'm fine with that. And then employees, affiliates, agencies, and customer referrals are the core four for you. Right, exactly. Yeah, that. Perfect. I forgot about that part. Yeah, that makes more sense now. So, but yeah, for someone like me who like no one knows yet, I have to figure out a way to get my app and my solution in front of people that already have my audience. So I'm running when I do launch this, which will probably be like this week or probably next week. I'll start reaching out to like different types of influencers that teach people how to grow on social media, and then give them 50% revenue of the ones that sign up through their link for life, just as like the first push of my app. I don't mind giving away, $20 a person as far as, CAC. I guess that would be cost to acquire a customer, right? Would be $20 of their lifetime revenue, just so I can get Soku known. And then sign 10 affiliates like that, maybe. Some big, some small, to where it gets off the ground. People start talking about it. And then word of mouth comes into play. And then I can start running my own ads and try and get my CAC down and all that stuff. But I'm excited about this journey, dude. I've been like a serial entrepreneur for a while. But I've kind of been jumping around to different things. I did like not affiliate marketing. I did info product marketing and sales for a while. I did some other stuff, and it's like I've kind of just bounced around. I've built a lot of apps, and for like, you probably know this too. You probably have built apps before in the past, and you probably, have had some successful ones too. But for me, it's like I get shiny object syndrome. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that about the Leads book. Yeah, I don't have all of them. I just have the money models. Maybe I'll go buy it. But anyways, I have like shiny object syndrome. But I just committed to myself like, hey, for the next year or however long, like Soku is what I want to focus on. Because like I feel like there's crazy value in it. And obviously, I think there's like one or two other platforms that do something similar, not with like the templates and stuff like that, but like with the reposting. And at the time of me building this, I actually didn't know that those existed, because I Googled it really quick and like nothing came up. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll build this real quick. And so I've been building this for like 2 months. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean by that? Woman in the red dress. Expound on what you mean by that in terms of like what we were just talking about. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. In the Matrix, the woman in the red dress is the training simulator character used to show Neo how seductive illusions can distract you from real dangers. Hermosa uses this as an internal term to show how hard it is to focus on one thing for a long period of time. Yeah, it's really true though. Like, there's so many things that you could build. There's so many businesses that could be viable. Like, for example, I built actually a really cool custom macros builder. So what this does, this is actually super sick. Someone will submit a form. I'm not going to go into it. It doesn't matter. Someone will submit a form and then it'll like capture all their data. And then you can like change the macros here depending on the week. You can like add weeks, but then the cool part is the AI part is, oh, I didn't generate it. What? The cool part is AI takes it in and then creates this whole big PDF based on them, and it's like all these numbers are tailored to that person, and then it creates a meal plan at the end with meals per day based on their target goals, and then gives them all the ingredients and stuff, right? So it's like, okay, super cool idea, but it means nothing unless I focus on selling this to consumers. And at the end of the day, it's like, I appreciate it. At the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, you just have to focus at the end of the day. And it's like, what are you willing to focus on? What's the discipline that you have to like do the thing that you don't want to do over and over and over again, and that you could see yourself doing for a long time? So I used to be in like the fitness world and stuff, and I still work out, weekly, but I don't particularly want to do like meal plan stuff and selling to like coaches and stuff like that. I would rather help people do what I want to do, which is get these kind of numbers on their social media profiles, and like help them sell whatever it is that they want to sell. So that's my inspo behind Soku. Build it for me, sell it to other people, basically. So what kind of stuff have you built? Oh, there you go. Gotta go to lunch. Hey, thanks for popping in, dude. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It's fun hanging out. Maybe we could like build something in the future, or co-stream or something. Thanks for hopping in, dude. Have a good lunch. Peace. I definitely want to delete this for now. We'll keep those open now in development.